Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Shinigami and Quincy, Hollows and Arankars, Vizards and Fullbringers, welcome to my live reaction to the final chapter of the Bleach manga series. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Bleach manga is officially going to be done in chapter 686, and I'm going to read it right now, and you guys can read along with me. I have not looked at the chapter yet. I've been avoiding spoilers like the plague, and due to popular demand, I'm going to read this chapter for you guys, then I will release my review later. So, without further ado, I am just excited to see how they're going to wrap up this series. So, let's just go ahead and begin with page 1. Okay, so here we are. Let's go ahead and just click over. The first thing is its full color page. We get this kid who looks a lot like Ichigo. There's like a 99% chance that this is going to be his son. Who is this gentle-eyed boy? Almost certainly the son of Ichigo. And then it looks like someone's yelling at him, "What the hell are you doing over here, you little turd? And how did you even get in here anyway? Huh? Snot-nosed punk runs like the wind." I don't know who this other little kid is. Who knows? Maybe it could be the other son or daughter of, like, another Shinigami or a Quincy. We'll have to figure that out. All I know is I'm already intrigued by the first page because, as you guys remember from the last one, they went 10 years into the future, and it looks like we're already seeing the results of that. So, next page, it's a full color spread, and it looks like a lot of the characters as they're a little bit older. There's Ichigo, there's Inoue, there's Chad, there's Oryu, who is just got his back turned to everyone, which is kind of weird. You have Renji with his brand new look, you have Rukia. You also get the return of, looks like, Ichigo's sisters. That's Yuzu and Karin. Man, Karin got freaking stacked. Just saying. Honestly, I can't tell who those other two characters are, though, in the corner. I think that's one of Ichigo's classmates, or I think that's two of his classmates, the ones that we haven't seen in, like, fucking forever. So, this is a really nice color spread. It also looks like at the very top there, you have another one of his classmates again, flying past the Bleach logo. I really like that. May these moments go on forever. I'm already starting to get a little misty-eyed as I'm reading it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next couple of pages, which is going to be, let's see here. Alright, we got Byakuya, who is running towards something. It looks like he's freaking out. It's thought to be the remnants of Ewok's energy, but the Reiatsu response is coming from the West 55th block. That's the final area under reconstruction that connects directly to Squad 13's barracks. Kuchiki. Okay, and then it looks like we got Soifon jumping up. Squad 13 captains left immediately once the ceremony ended. It matters not. It's been quite some time since Ruki and the others had any downtime. There's no need to bother them with this. So they're all hanging out apparently in the real world while Byakuya and his boys are taking care of all this crazy shit which is going on apparently in the final chapter of the series. We move on to the next page. We have Mayuri Kuratsuchi looking creepy as ever. Ooh, how peculiar. I don't recall informing anyone of this incident. You'd be wise not to underestimate our espionage and information networks. Definitely not from Soifon. Byakuya, since you're here, I'll assume the information we received was accurate. Accurate, whether it was right or wrong. Frickin' Mayuri Kuratsuchi. You're about to find out with your very own eyes. Okay, we might very well be seeing the return of the final villain of the series in the final chapter of the series, which is strange. Alright, we're back to Ichigo's old house, which is, I'm guessing this is where his dad ran his business. And it looks like Rukia and Renji are outside. And here's our very first look at Ichigo, looking a lot older, a lot more relaxed, and he still has, like, the brow that's always, like, furred, but, like, still, it looks like Ichigo, just a little bit older. And here we are, we have Rukia and Renji, who have almost certainly formed a relationship at this point. And, here we go. Rukia, oh, I see this place is just as popular as ever. Why, yup, I think I can even hear some crickets inside. Rukia still being kind of a bitch. This is an emergency clinic, so being empty is a good thing. If you're done with a stand-up routine, feel free to come inside. Anyways, I guess now everyone's here. This was a refreshing scene to say the least. It's been a long time since we had some good Ichigo-Rukia banter, and they always seem to play off each other great. And then, of course, you have Ichigo's classmate coming in, whose name I just unfortunately cannot remember. He was a very minor character, but he was always obsessed with Rukia, and here he comes. Ah, Rukia! Before getting smacked in the face, a pleasure as always, Rukia. Make yourself at home next to me if you want. Boom! Don't get overly familiar. Rukia, it's been a while. Your hair's grown, but it really suits you. Oh yeah, everybody wants a piece of Rukia. And then we have, of course, the return of Ichigo's sisters, who look so different. Yuzu is so freaking adorable, and Karin is just stacked. Like I said, just boom, big. Out of the way, coming through, the popcorn and soda have finally arrived. Ah, Rukia, how you been? Well, I haven't seen you guys in forever. You've gotten so big. Yeah, she didn't say that, actually. But the next panel, immediately, you can definitely see that Karin is just, damn. Really, that's like the most surprising thing of this final chapter so far. Come on, it's about time to start. Ichi, hurry and grab a seat. Weigh-ins present the WBO World Heavyweight Title Match. Oh, this has to be Chad. Oh, it's finally happening! We'll be briefly going over our Challenge Keto Yasutora's matches leading up to this fight. Man, Chad is a freaking beast. That is Chad? If that's Chad, holy shit, he looks absolutely massive. Oh my god. And it's weird having his hair all slicked back and everything. Like, we never see that shit. I still can't believe he wound up becoming the most famous out of all of us. Us? Were you seriously ever in contention? Last I checked, us includes me and you, smartass. Okay. This is pretty funny. Alright, and then we have Ryu Ishida, who's hanging out on some rooftop. Where is Dr. Ishida? Okay, so he's a doctor, that makes sense. He's taking an extra long lunch break up on the roof. He has surgery right now, but who cares? He has a fight to watch. You don't say. It's hard escorting that guy with any kind of break, honestly. He was supposed to watch some TV program or something with his friends, and since he couldn't be there, this was the next best thing. So that's strangely sweet of him. You know, it's kind of disappointing that Ryu is not there with his friends, but then again, that is very Ryu Ishida. He has always been kind of the loner of the group. But I like the fact that he still is involved. And then we have Ichigo. It's starting, Orihime. Oh, we're going to see her, and she's looking as fine as ever. Be right there. They're definitely a married couple at this point. Have you seen Kazui? He should be upstairs. Ooh, that must have been that kid from the beginning. So Ichigo and Orihime have a son whose name is Kazui. Kazui Kurosaki. Okay. According to Tsubaki and the others, he just got back from snooping around Hiyori's place. Okay, so that's where he was. He was messing with Hiyori. Okay. So, makes sense. It used to be your room, after all. Kazui loves hanging out up there, but it's your room now. You sure you're okay with him rummaging around up there? Of course, Kazui can come and go as he pleases. Oh-ho, so he gets a free pass like Ichigo. I see how it is. This is just some really funny banter between these characters. Wait a sec, weren't you guys supposed to bring your kids along this time? That's right, it totally slipped my mind, but she's finally becoming a Gotei apprentice. So Rukia and Renji have a child together. The shippers have to be going insane today with all of the new kids who are being introduced. She's been given special permission to come down during the Bond Festival. Come on in! She's gone. What? What's with that cavalier attitude? They're just okay with the fact that she's just sort of suddenly disappeared. We're probably gonna have a scene between these two kids eventually. Don't worry, she's a Shinigami. With mere humans as her opponent, she's sure to come out on top. Alright, ready or not, here I come to find you. So she's some bully that enjoys picking on helpless humans. Go frickin' find her, for crying out loud. Okay, so Ichigo's reactions are great. I love watching his banter. So we're back to his son, which I'm assuming his name is Kazui, and he's in his room, and there's this weird, like, black portal opening up, which looks a lot like the Quincy King's powers, with all the creepy eyeballs and everything, and it's just exploding through. We go back to Soul Society for like a split second, and everybody's like expecting all this crazy shit to happen, and then you have his son again, Kazui, and he's reaching his hand into the power that is emanating from the Quincy King. We're back in Soul Society. What in the last remnants of Ewok's power has completely vanished? What the hell is going on? So we have all this crazy shit going on, and oh my god, Aizen! Is Aizen still actually alive? That's pretty amazing. At least they addressed, like, what's going on with this guy. So the final vestiges of Ewok's power have at least disappeared. Doesn't really seem to bother Aizen too much. And then you have what is the path is being closed, Ichigo. Alright, it looks like we have a flashback here. This is going back to the point where Ichigo actually defeated the Quincy leader, and we're actually going to get to see how this all ended. And here's the Quincy leader speaking. But now that will likely never happen. You have yourself to thank for that, Ichigo. Sadly, because of all your efforts here, life and death will never lose their current forms. And with all those who breathe will continue to pass each and every day, living in fear of death. Wow, that's pretty fucking crazy. So he was trying to bring, like, the dead and life all together in one, and now basically they're going to have to go back to living as normal. Of course, that's a really convoluted and weird plan, although this is a series that was cut kind of short, so we didn't really get to see the full fruition of that. So Ichigo really didn't seem too worried about that. Ewok, you desired a world where fear would no longer be a burden, but in a world without fear or death, or in a world without fear of death, people will never attain the hope that is to be found from casting their fears aside and persevering through them. Wow, Eisen, you're dropping some heavy shit on us right now. While it is true that people can continue to press forward through the simple act of living, that is no way comparable to marching forward in the face of death, while doing their damnedest to keep it at bay. Very, very good point. Without the concept of death, there is nothing to worry about. There is no challenge in life. There is nothing to push anyone. Because what's the point of even living without death? Really, I like that they're kind of bringing that into the final chapter. I mean, this is a very ghostly, spiritual kind of show. That is why people have given that very march a unique and special name. Courage. Man, that's nice. I really liked that panel. So we're back to Kazui's room, and we have this portal which has something coming through it, which is, that has to be Rukia and Renji's daughter, Abarai Ichika. Clearly somehow named a little bit after Ichigo, or at least inspired by him, a Shinigami apprentice. What a great looking character. Looks like a perfect combination of Rukia and Renji, with Renji's hairstyle, with a lot of Rukia's features. Actually looks a lot like the character of Senna from the very first Bleach movie, now that I actually look at it. I don't think there's like a connection or anything there, but it is interesting. And this girl is asking, and you are? Me? I'm Kurosaki Kazui. And then he suddenly transforms into a Shinigami. He looks like a cute little version of Ichigo, with some of the features of Orihime as well. I'm kind of a Shinigami too. What? And so, the blade has ... death and strawberry, the end. Is there anything else after that page? That is the end of the Bleach manga series. Oh my god. It ends with Rukia and Ichigo's children meeting each other and presumably starting some sort of brand new adventure, which is all going to be up to interpretation to the fans of the series. In many ways, it's very similar to the ending of Naruto, where we have the next generation which is taking over the mantle of their parents. And I'm still not even quite sure what to think about it. I'm going to have to digest this chapter just a little bit more, because basically we got to see the end results of a lot of the main characters of the series, and we even got a conclusion to the whole battle with the Quincy leader. Like, so many things are swirling in my head right now. I can't say that it was the best ending that I was hoping for, especially the way it ended with two brand new characters just meeting each other for the first time and nothing with, like, Ichigo or anything. But for what it is, I'll take it. You know, the Bleach manga series was never perfect in the first part, and, you know, I always liked the anime version just a little bit more, mostly for the voice acting and, of course, for the amazing kick-ass action scenes. But this is still something interesting and something that I can get behind, and I have to say that I did enjoy this chapter right here for what it was. So, yeah, that's my reaction to the final chapter of Bleach. Just like I said, so many swirling emotions going on in my head right now. I will say that I do like the designs of the children of Rukia and Ichigo, like the perfect combination of Renji and Rukia right there, especially through in the personality and everything. And then you have this kid, Kazui, the son of Ichigo and Orihime, just taking on the best parts of their personalities and just being this super adorable kid who also just happens to have the powers to fuck your shit up. It's really funny, and it's great to see, like, a younger version of Ichigo like that, like, gaining those powers at such a young age. It's really interesting, but it also sort of opens the door for, like, the future of Bleach. Like, there is the possibility we could go back and see what these characters are going to do at some point in the future. And there was going to be a very big announcement with this chapter, and I did go ahead and see that. And I was really hoping that it was going to be the return of the Bleach anime series. It's not. It's going to be a brand new Bleach live-action movie coming out in Japan in 2018, which, you know, I'm ready to see what they're going to do with it, if anything. You know, I mean, live-action anime adaptations and manga adaptations have been really popular in Japan lately. They haven't been incredibly successful, but they get a lot of people's attentions. And, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it, if they're going to come up with their own original story, or if they're just going to adapt from the actual manga series. Personally, I still want to see the anime version return. I just want to see the final arc in animated form, because I own all of Bleach on DVD up to the point that it ends. And if I ever want to, go through, a marathon of the series, I'm never going to get the true ending if the anime doesn't return. It means I'm going to have to buy all of the last parts of the manga series, which I'm totally okay with, because I do like the Bleach manga series enough to actually purchase it. Not so much for the story, but for all of the kick-ass action and the really cool artwork. Bleach was not a perfect series, but it was still really entertaining, and it holds a special place in my heart, as I have been following this show for over a decade, and it's really become a part of the fabric of my life. And the fact that it's coming to an end now, I've been reviewing the Bleach manga series for years. It's become something that's really important to me. It's something that I do every single week, and now that's something I'm no longer going to be able to do. So this is kind of rocking to me to my core right now, but I'm going to save more of those thoughts for my actual review of the final chapter of Bleach. So make sure to stay tuned for that. That is going to be released today. In fact, when it is officially released, I'll put a link to that video in the description box below so that you guys can check it out. All I know is this was my reaction to the final chapter of Bleach. Make sure before you guys leave today to tell me what you thought about the final chapter. Did you react the same way I did? Were you sort of indifferent to the ending? Did anything make you laugh, make you cry, make you mad? And what do you want to see from the future of Bleach? Are you excited for the brand new live-action film? Do you want to see the anime version return? Do you want a spin-off, which is all about the brand new characters who were introduced in this chapter? Please tell me in the comments section below, and make sure to also tell me what your favorite Bleach moments are from the Bleach series. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. For everyone who's tuned into my reviews of the Bleach manga series over the last couple of years, thank you so much for watching those videos. If you want to watch them again, we're going to have a playlist on the channel, so that way you can sort of revisit all of the classic memories as we went through this really crazy series, to say the least. So, thank you guys so much again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby!